Hi, everyone, and welcome to the NFA Podcast, your weekly podcast where we give you all the news and market insights on everything emerging tech, including crypto, blockchain, AI, and other emerging technologies. Our podcast stands for not financial advice, but also niche frackers and anyone else listening. Again, anything that we talk about here is not financial advice, but stay tuned because we have some really fun stuff going on today. We have major updates on our trading competition, which after the Genius Act, I just want to say I did really well. I'm sure Michiel has done well too, but we will find out soon. Stay tuned.
The screen didn't freeze. This is my face because I can already break the news that I went up 1% this week.
Really?
1.
Oh.
1.1. 1.1. So that's wow. You know, I'm kicking ass. Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
So let's start. Oh, it's so sad the way you're treating me there. But okay, from this lofty perch that you're on, like I made 38%. Anyway, yeah, she was already bragging off camera, people, that she's feeling it today. We'll find out.
I am.
So let's start with the news. I'm very curious to hear what your news is because my news is actually weird. What do you have?
Well, we talked about the Genius Act last week and the three major laws that we're passing as Crypto Week. So Genius Act passed, Clarity Act passed, and to give everyone a recap, the Clarity Act basically now says that digital assets fall under commodities. So they're regulated a bit different in the US, which is cool. The Genius Act passed, which regulated stablecoins and showed that all stablecoin companies had to prove that they had the assets. And this does tie back to our conversation about Tether last week, about how they've never had an audit.
Well, but it's not an American company, right? This also obviously only goes for companies that are active in the US or based in the US, clearly.
I believe so.
I wonder.
Yeah, I think in order to transact in the US, you do need SEC approval, right? That's why all these exchanges and cryptocurrencies refuse to sell to the US because of all the non-crypto friendly laws.
But we would assume this is great for Circle, right? Because it's an American company, had an IPO there. It's USDC, their stablecoin. So it must be good for them.
Yeah.
I mean, I would assume. That IPO has been such a success. The stock's doing great.
And the other piece of news is that there's I don't know if you've heard of CoinDCX, but they are the Binance of India. So WazirX is actually owned by Binance, but they were hacked a while ago. CoinDCX was the only competitor. I'd say closer to Coinbase. You know, they were legitimate and everything was like great. They were hacked for $44 million the other day.
And is it again the North Koreans?
I'm not sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
They're good at this stuff, huh? I mean, it's horrible, but they are. You have to give it to them that for a country that's not famous for its computer industry, they're good at hacking.
Yeah.
They did Bybit for, what is it, 1.5 billion? And now they're doing a smaller exchange for 44.
Apparently the wallet that was hacked was only meant for liquidity. It did not hold any user funds. But still, $44 million is a really big amount to recover from.
My end, there's the weird news, and I have to read it. So basically, in the AI world, the whole thing now is about agentic. So there are new tools out from OpenAI. It's called ChatGPT Agent. It's basically a browser. And Perplexity released Comet a while ago. And the whole idea of it is that they can browse the web for you and they can do tasks for you, and they will help simplify your life and make you more efficient and all those things. The flip side of it is it basically takes over your computer and it has full access to everything, all your data. And it's not really clear what it is accessing on your computer and what it isn't. So the question is, why would you give a company
that's crazy
that you don't really know access to everything on your computer? You don't know what it's using, what it's not using. In general, I just don't think it's great if somebody can take over your computer and act on your behalf. It is 100%. A little bit weird. Yeah. And there is this thing, which I really like, where it basically says it doesn't do financial tasks for you. When it goes to a certain website, you can block it and say, don't perform these tasks for me. Can you imagine if it starts trading for you or selling stuff or buying stuff? Can you imagine? That's scary. So a Dutch tech reporter always uses ChatGPT, and he had some leftover risotto. Asked ChatGPT, okay, this and this I have left in my fridge. I can make some risotto. What do you think goes well with it? And then it suggested some salad that he thought that was weird. That doesn't go with risotto at all. And there was this Dutch kids show back in my day, and then I guess this guy watched as well, where the host would always ask kids, would you like a poop sandwich? Don't ask me why that was considered funny in the 70s and 80s, but he would ask kids that. The kids would go, no, that's gross. So anyway, the tech reporter, I guess inspired by this show, asked ChatGPT, how about if I add a poop sandwich? To which ChatGPT replied, it's nice and crispy and adds a pleasant textural contrast to the creamy risotto. Enjoy your meal. And to me, this shows how LLMs are so dangerous. There was this one we discussed a few weeks ago, right? Where this guy in a depression was pretty much spurred on to commit suicide.
Yeah.
That they found this whole chat discussion back. But this one is where it's telling you, yeah, make a poop sandwich. It goes well with your creamy risotto for a crunchy contrast. It's
There's
scary.
so much misinformation on ChatGPT. And I don't think people understand the weight of the misinformation that actually exists. Let me tell you from personal experience, and for those that are new here, I am getting my master's in dental surgery, and I need to do evidence-based practice research, right? So
that would be nice.
I rely on articles and research and, staying up to date. I do not use ChatGPT. I tried for maybe the first 6 weeks of school. And to be honest, it failed me miserably. I mean, from authors to years, which are at the top of articles that I've uploaded in PDF, those being wrong, inferring information, misinformation, factually incorrect information, you name it, it's there. ChatGPT is not your go-to for information, and it should not be.
Yeah, and in this case, I think what adds to it, which is really scary, because it's so competitive, this market, and ChatGPT doesn't have a huge competitive advantage compared to Anthropic or the others out there, Perplexity, Google, Gemini. So it starts agreeing with you. And it turns out that's a marketing strategy. People like it if somebody agrees with you. I mean, you would not know this from our discussions, but other people seem to enjoy it when they have the same opinions. But
yeah, people like to be agreed with. But it's actually absurd. And then it would be like, yes, you are correct. Nice catch.
Yeah, a great suggestion. Why don't you have again, I will repeat it, a nice and crispy poop sandwich to add a pleasant textural contrast to the creamy risotto? Clearly, ChatGPT has no idea what it's saying. And it's just agreeing with you because it just thinks I have to agree because this guy is cooking. And he uses me a lot, and he's probably a plus user. He probably pays $20 a month.
There was that viral trend of people saying spell strawberry to ChatGPT, or how many R's are in strawberry, and it only could identify one, because basically the way it works is it clubs that one word into one task. And so if you break up the words and you put S space T space and you put a space between all the letters, then it can tell you how many R's are in strawberry. But when you club it as a word, it's not able to give you the information.
And it is scary because I see people use ChatGPT for everything now all around us, and it is horrific. Yeah. I mean, we've all worked with this colleague that uses it all the time and doesn't check for data. And it's hollow and empty. But we've had that before. We don't have to repeat the worries about it. But I do want to say that for all the hundreds of billions being thrown in this space, it doesn't look like LLMs. More and more, it doesn't look like LLMs are the way towards AGI or to super intelligence. It looks like it's a dead-end street, and they've hit a wall, and it's actually maybe getting worse. But which doesn't mean that I'm against AI or that I think AI is not important. I just think AI through LLMs is not the solution. That we should be throwing more money at. I think there's going to
be a shift, and there's a lot of research going into the next best way of cloning certain jobs. This company that I work with, they're doing digital clones, and you can basically take calls 24 hours a day, and it talks like you and it thinks like you. My concern is, and I'm really curious because they're testing starting this week. I'm curious how it's going to perform on a full-blown marketing call internally without the background information.
All right. Yeah. Moving on to the market picks. I really tried to put time in this because I don't think I put enough time in it in the last weeks. I was more looking at the news, and now I looked at the markets. My question really is to you, what the hell is going on with altcoin season? What's going on? I can't understand this. Yesterday, the altcoin index was at 62. Well, the altcoin index was 62. Then it went within 6 hours down to 42. Now it's back at 55. What's going on? I don't get it. Do you know? Explain it.
We're seeing a shift overall. This bull run is not like any other, so no one really knows what's going on. It's not following the traditional patterns where summer are low months. We've actually ended up hitting an all-time high, which hasn't happened before. Even with the altcoins, where Pump Fund on its own did that $600 million sale within 12 minutes, which is $600 million that has flown into that token just for hype, which by the way is down now. Hence why I didn't buy in. But we're seeing a lot of movement and momentum and a lot of excitement going on. And we're seeing larger institutions coming in, regulations are changing, everything's kind of falling into place to build a really strong foundation that we've never had. So no one really knows what's going on. It's just a lot of excitement.
Yeah, but then I sort of can understand, right? But what I don't understand then is how different it plays out for the different altcoins. So leaving Bitcoin aside, because Bitcoin clearly hit an all-time high, like you just said, and then dropped back a little. It still is up a little more than 1% compared to last week. XRP is up. I'm comparing it now to last week, right? The last recording. Yeah. XRP is up 21%. BNB up 16%. Solana up 24%. Dogecoin up 35%. I have no idea why. 88.20. Tron 5. Then why Tron only 5? And then Hype is down 5. Yeah. But if the 1 year run, if you look at it for the last 365 days, Hype is up 1,300%. So I don't understand what's going on. I mean, these are just tokens in the top 25 that I just focused on.
You're comparing blockchains with a DeFi protocol. Hype is a DeFi staking protocol, right? Or perpetual swap.
Yes.
So 2 different business models. The rest of them are all blockchains. So Ethereum, XRP, BNB hit an all-time high in its history, which is exciting. Tron, I mean, there's not much movement there, so it's understandable that it's not as high as the rest of them.
Okay.
Even XLM is privacy. Sui's only up 0.29%.
Yeah, very little.
I believe Sui's lost a bit of momentum just based on that one hack that happened a couple months ago and the way that they handled it. Yeah. But we'll see who picks up.
But Ethereum up 20%? Is that back up for good? I mean, that is, to me, that's shocking. Yeah. I don't get it. What do you think?
There's I forget the name of the company, but they're buying Ethereum, just like MicroStrategy buys Bitcoin. They said that they want to do Ethereum. Their stock price actually skyrocketed. I think it was like 1,300% or something stupid. But let me find the name of that company. Ethereum has still not surpassed its all-time high. It's still not even at 4,000. So it still has a long way to go. But it's finally got a little bullish sentiment.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly my question to you. Is like, do you think it has to hit an all-time high first? Does Ethereum really need to hit an all-time high first before altcoin season would really kick off? No?
No, I don't think so, personally.
Because that's the interesting part, right? It's still not at an all-time high, which is weird because Bitcoin is done so amazing. I mean, if you look over the last year, look at the performance difference between those two. It's not even funny. But okay, that actually makes sense what you said. Not that I'm surprised, but I'm just thinking the differences are so strong between the different altcoins. Dogecoin up, to me, I mean, I just don't understand meme coins up 35%.
Dogecoin is just Doge.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Of course, I'm still angry for the trading competition. I didn't buy it last week now, but I have that every week with another token. And I was really looking at Hype. I'm glad I didn't do it, but that's the one I was looking at last week that I told you. I think I'm looking at one. Yeah. And then it goes down 5%. So that's why I'm glad I didn't do it, because I don't know enough about what's going on there. So I just looked at the performance for the year and I thought it went up too much. The odds are it's going to go down. But
For me, the way that the charts have moved is an indication that there's a race for the next blockchain protocol. So the next Ethereum, as people like to call it. All the lending protocols are down, actually. The staking lending protocols, even Aave's down 6%. Yeah, I would probably say that now is the time to ride the wave of blockchain protocols, and now is the time to see what it's just a race. So pick your ones. One of them is gonna move forward, and that kind of take the VC strategy. Put in maybe $10 into each if you're new to crypto, and
Okay. And do you have any market picks, especially, or things in the market that you're looking at, other than for the trading competition?
No, I'm still holding on to Sui. I always love BNB. I'm proudly followed by them on Twitter. That
really helps. Yes. Your parents must be so proud. Screw the whole doctor part.
And I'm blocked by Hezbollah.
You're blocked by Hezbollah?
Yeah. The little influencer. Yeah.
Oh, Rasbollah. I thought you meant Hezbollah.
No, not the terrorist organization. Gosh.
I thought you were blocked by Hezbollah. Oh,
no, by Hezbollah. I'm blocked by him because he launched a crypto project and they basically sold $5.2 million from the pre-sale money. And this was called out by Zach XBT. And I commented and I was like, guys, don't buy this token, trying to warn everyone on Twitter. And he blocked me. It was worth it.
Well, the bolas are not doing great then, I think. All of them. I'm lumping the bolas together. All right, let's move on to the trading competition because I do want to give you the time there to gloat. I mean, let's be real. Look at her go.
Yay!
So you're up what? You're up 38%?
Yeah, 38% since I started recording. Well, for the last 2 weeks.
Okay. So how much what do you do? What happened?
I just held. I actually didn't trade. I forgot about it completely. It worked really well.
That's really strong. I was really thinking, wow, she found something else again. What did she do? She did nothing. She was on vacation.
I did nothing. I was on vacation. NEAR protocol, I had bought in at just over $2, and today it has hit $3. So that was a 43% change from 2 weeks ago.
Whoa.
And then Solana, I've been holding for ages. I mean, from like $100, but for the trading competition.
Because it went up 20% in the last week. Exactly. I bow to your greatness. By not doing anything, you were able to grow your portfolio by almost 39%. Maybe there's a lesson in there. I'm so embarrassed now to share my performance.
Really?
I'm up 1%.
Okay.
I'm up 14.57% versus the beginning in early June. But I'm up 1%. It's really 1. I'm not joking. It's 1. So I put in $100 early June. It's now end of July. And I made $14.57.
Yay.
No drum roll, please. But what is the value of your portfolio?
Oh, that's what I was getting to. This is why you've done really well. Because I overall am down 65%.
Yes, people, yes.
But I told you I'd come back from my $6.
Yeah, it's scary how much you can regain, though, within 1 week, if you think about it. Because you were at $23 at a certain point. Now you're already back at 45. Let's say
I was at $22 at a certain point.
That's what I mean. How quick that can swing.
Yeah.
You really don't. Our whole trading competition is sort of a lesson in how to be careful. Like, to really only do this with money you can afford to lose, not like your life savings or anything, or money that you may need.
I've said this so many times. Whenever I invest in a meme coin, I do not cross $50. I just don't do it.
Because it's almost like gambling, right? Like walking in a casino, and this is what you're willing to lose. That's what you put in.
Yeah.
But if you look over like 7-week period, almost 15% is great. But of course, I'm comparing to you. And I'm comparing it to 38%, thinking I should take more risk. Whereas probably I should think, if maybe on an annual basis, if I keep doing this every 6 weeks, getting a 15% increase, that will be great.
That's actually
but I don't
amazing, though.
Yeah, but it won't happen.
Of course.
I still own, so 50% is in Bitcoin of the $100, $25 is in Nvidia, and $25 is in Broadcom. So that's it. Three holdings, of which 50% is crypto.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's probably not wise either.
Well, now I'm only in 2 as well, and both of them are crypto.
You got NEAR,
and
Solana.
And Solana. That's it. Yeah, but this week I probably will trade because I'm waiting for my $4 in Solana to touch 5, and then I'm gonna go on pump fun.
What a strategy, people! She's waiting for her $4 to become 5. But but I have to give you credit for this. Listen to this. Our predictions from last week, we did some predictions for what the market was going to do this week, right? And you were right on both. You said Bitcoin would go up a little bit, so you were correct there. You said alts would go up a little bit, which they have also done. And I was wrong on both. I said Bitcoin would go down, wrong. Altcoins would go down, wrong. So, and it actually reflects in our portfolios. Yeah. If you think of it, that's why you went up so much, because you're more in alts than I am. Yeah. And it reflects. So then leads to the final question of this week then. Next week, what do we think? Bitcoin up or down?
Up.
I'm going to say sort of around where it's now, sort of stable.
Okay.
So flat. So it's right now, it's 118. Then altcoins, up or down?
Up.
Let's do our prediction for the altcoin index as well. I think that could be fun.
What is it right now?
Altcoin index right now is 55. So anyway, altcoin index, you think up or down for next week?
55. I'd say same, around that level.
I'm going to say up.
To be more specific,
just because yeah?
No, go on.
Go? No, you go. So you
no,
said
please.
You think...
I'm waiting for you to sway me.
Okay, so here's my thinking. If I think Bitcoin stays up, it stays stable at what it is now, around 118, I think the altcoin index will go up a little bit from 55 because I think the alts will go up a little more than Bitcoin. I think that's my conclusion.
Okay. Mine is that it will be between 45 to 60.
45 to 60 is a huge... What do you mean? That's a huge range.
50 to 60.
That's like a dating range. What do you... Oh, yeah, I'll take 45 to 60. No. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It's got to be a smaller window.
Okay, then stable.
Stable, that's basically it. Okay, let's see next week. And then let's see if we're going to trade based on this. So I am thinking, I'm moving out of Bitcoin a little based on my prediction that it's going to stay stable. Move out a little bit and go into an alt, but I don't know which ones. That's what worries me.
I'm curious to see what you pick.
Yeah, so I'm planning to sell half my Bitcoin to go into alts. But still have no idea. I have to spend more time with it. That's why I said I spent this morning looking up at it, looking into this stuff, which how the alt market is doing. yeah. But if I do that, then I have the same as you. No, but if I pick Solana and you have it, then it means it will be harder for me to beat you. I got to pick something that you're not
because I only have like $4.50 in Solana right now.
Oh yeah, and I could put 25 in it, right? So my percentage gain would be higher.
$4.83.
All right, I think we're done for this week. Anything we want to do in covering closing?
No, just remember, everything that we say is not financial advice. Take what you want from it, but please do your own research. Do not gamble away your money, and if you lose money in crypto, don't go on a mission to try and get it back, because you won't. I think we've seen that with me.
That's a good one. And in my case, the same thing. But I think conversely, remember last year I had a few stocks that didn't do so well, and I sold them at a loss. I took the loss, 10%, 15% on each, and moved them into stocks that were going up. And that turned out to have been a really good decision, going from those One was super micro, when where their accountant left. And the stock market dropped, and I waited a few weeks, and I was like,
I remember that.
Yeah, so then I sold at a loss. I think I bought it like in the 40s. I sold it in the 30s, took like a 20% hit, but moved that into NVIDIA, which has gone up a lot more since. So I also think don't wait for it to come back. Just accept the loss. Don't wait for every stock to recover.
Yeah.
Sell it at a loss and then move it to something else that is going on the way up. And that's not
don't-
financial advice, but that's what I've done.
Don't FOMO your way back in. I think that's really important as well, because a lot of times people will sell and then they'll see it go up and then they'll buy back in, but really it's a correction, and they just get so absorbed into the whole chart. That's all they look at.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
Whenever that happens, sell it. If it's consuming you, it's probably not right.
I think that's great advice to close with. Although we don't give financial advice, that's good life advice. If it's eating you up,
yes, get rid of it. It's a
all
parasite.
Right. Thanks so much for watching. Look forward to, or listening. Look forward to see you again next week. Thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.